Hey, how's it going, everyone? So, if you're looking for a perfect comfort food idea, then look no further than this braised short rib with red wine sauce and garlic mash. I'm telling you, you are going to love this. It is delicious, it's hearty, and perfect for this cold weather, and I'm looking forward to showing you how it's done. Let's get started.
Alright, so let's first take a look at our ingredients. So right here we have 3 pounds of bone-in short ribs. You can use boneless, but I prefer to use bone-in. You're going to get better texture and flavor if you have the bone-in. We also have some beef broth and some red wine. We've got some tomato paste, some carrots, an onion, some celery, some thyme and a couple bay leaves, and some garlic. For the garlic mash, we got about 2.5, 3 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. We've got a whole garlic bulb that we're going to use, and about 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Alright, so let's start by prepping our veggies. We're going to chop up an onion. Okay, next up we're going to season our short rib, and you want to be generous with this, so I'm going to go in with some kosher salt. Make sure you get all sides. Alright, so we've let our short ribs, we're going to just let them sit for a bit, soak in all that seasoning, and we're going to start by searing them, just quickly, about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, just so we can get some color. Okay, so we have our pot heated up to medium-high heat, and all we're going to do is, you can use oil, but I'm using beef tallow. It's totally optional. But all we're going to be doing is searing our short ribs for 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and we're going to do it in batches. Alright, so we've set our short ribs aside. Next we've reduced our heat to medium. We're now going to add our onion, celery, and carrots. So, and all we're going to do here is just cook them for about 5 minutes, let them soften. Next we're going to go in with our garlic, which we crushed earlier. And we're only just going to let that cook for about 1.5 minutes, let it get fragrant. Okay, after 2 minutes, once our garlic has been nice and fragrant, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of our tomato paste. We're just going to let that cook for a minute. Next we're going in with our red wine. I'm using 2 cups. And all we're going to do now is scrape up any of the brown bits from the bottom of the pot. And then we'll let this simmer for about 4 or 5 minutes, let it reduce a little. Okay, after about 4 minutes, we're going to go in with 2 cups of our beef broth. Followed by 8 sprigs of our thyme and 2 bay leaves. Okay, we've returned our short rib to the pot. We want to make sure that it's bone side up. So we have our oven preheated to 325 degrees. We're just going to cover this and we're going to throw this in the oven for 2.5 to 3 hours and just let it slowly braise. Alright, so while the short ribs and the sauce are cooking, we're going to turn our attention to our garlic mash. So the first thing we're going to do is going to take one whole thing of garlic, and all I'm going to do is cut off the top and put it in aluminum foil with some oil, wrap it up, and put it in a 400 degree oven for about 40 minutes. Next thing, we turn our attention to our potatoes, our Yukon Gold potatoes. We're using about 3 pounds worth. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw it in a pot, cover it with some cold water, and bring to a boil. Okay, we've covered our potatoes with some water. We're going to go in there with some salt. Alright, so once we've brought our potatoes to a boil, we're just going to reduce the heat and just let it simmer for about 15 minutes. So, alright, so it's been 40 minutes. Our garlic is now finally roasted. So all we're going to do now is just squeeze all of that out. Okay, so we have drained our potatoes, so all we're going to do now is finish everything up. We're going to add our roasted garlic and 3/4 cup of warm milk. And we're just going to give that a mash. Oh, and 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Kind of forgot that. Sorry. We're also going to add some salt and pepper, just to taste. Alright, so we've taken our short ribs out of the oven and we've set them aside. For the sauce, we're just going to finish it up by taking an immersion blender and that's going to give us a nice silky sauce. And now, finally, it's time to plate everything up. We're going to go in with a layer of our garlic mash. Next, we're going to add our short rib that are now nice and tender. And finally, we're going to add a layer of our sauce. And this is how we're looking after we have plated up our braised short rib with garlic mash. I hope you give this a try, and I will see you next time.